Hello everybody! In today's video, I'm gonna share with you how much it cost to have my baby here. I know there is a ton of videos talking about this subject here on YouTube. I just want to remind you that each experience is totally unique. Each labor is a different labor. Some people have C-section surgeries, others don't have. Each doctor is different. Each hospital is different. Each state is different. So there are many variants to take into consideration when we talk about price. Okay, so let's go. My labor was an induced C-section labor, and there was absolutely no complication involved, and I spent a total of 3 days at the hospital. And I had my baby in Orlando, Florida, USA. So when we finally got the bill, the total bill for my labor was $101,742.53. Even though that first bill was pretty scary, the amount of money that we ended up paying was $504.78 after our insurance negotiated the price with the hospital. And also because I had a great deductible of about $500. So I can't stress how important it is to get a good insurance plan, because that's a lot of money. And as you could see, we ended up just paying a small fraction of this crazy amount of money that was charged by the hospital. So that's really important that you have a good deductible amount before you have a baby, for example, because they could have charged I don't know, $1 million. It doesn't matter. If my deductible is like 500, I'm not gonna pay more than that. So that's really important to have a good deductible. And I understand that it's hard to pick a good insurance coverage. It's kind of a it's complicated. It's just complicated. So if you can get a health insurance agent that you trust to guide you through the process and help you to choose what's the best insurance and the best plan in your specific case, please do so, because that's gonna save you a lot of money in the end of the road. So we got an email with the description of every single service and its price tag. I'm not gonna go through all of it because it's a huge list, but I have just a few items here that I'm going to mention to you. So that room that I stayed there during my stay at the hospital, the recovery room. So I spent a total of 3 days at the hospital, and the total bill was $16,422 for that room. So it was $5,474 per day to stay, in their hospital room. Okay, so those IVs that they put on me was 6,802. The acetamin and Tylenol medication, they charged $694 for that. Will I pay, almost $700 for that kind of a medication if I go to, I don't know, the CVS, Walgreens? I doubt it, it doesn't cost that much. So, that's a good one. The little gown that they put on me for surgery, they charged $178.98 for that gown. That, by the way, they did not even give me that gown. It was the rent to use that gown for, the 30 minutes during surgery. So, kind of weird too. The anesthesia was $8,223. The operation room rent for about an hour was $34,000 for that. So I stayed in that operation room for about an hour. Like, it was 30 minutes of C-section, but let's say they had 30 minutes there to just prepare the whole room for surgery. So let's shoot for an hour. So it would be $248 per minute to stay in that room. Really? And another thing that I found pretty curious was that in the paperwork, they don't talk about labor, they don't talk about surgery. The name that they use is extraction of product. So that's how they describe, you know, a human being coming to the world. I think it's a pretty cold approach to describe labor, isn't it? What do you think? It's important to pay attention that all doctors and also hospitals are in network in order to avoid unnecessary fees in case you pick either a hospital or healthcare providers that are out of network and are going to require extra fees to see you. Another important thing to pay attention are the deadlines to get health insurance coverage. And this deadline is for enrollment period for health insurance. They are usually from November 1st to January 15, depending on the kind of coverage that you wish to have. The deadline can be December 15 if you want your coverage to start on January 1st, or it may be January 15 instead if you want your coverage to start on February 1st. So pay attention to the deadlines. So that's all. A straightforward video. I hope you have enjoyed that, and I hope it was helpful somehow to you. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to click on like and also subscribe to the channel. Check my other videos and leave me your comments down below. Bye bye!